Hi guys, my name is Diane and I'm so excited to be a guest designer today at Kat Scrappiness. I have some fantastic goodies to play with today, so let me start off by showing you what I'm going to be using to create my card. We're going to be starting with the Rock Candy stamp set. This is such an iconic childhood memory for me, and I was so excited to have it, and I'm going to be playing with it today. It is a layering stamp set that comes in 4 pieces, and I'm going to be using it with some Lawn Fawn inks, which you can also find at Kat Scrappiness. And I'm going to be going from lightest to darkest, and then my top layer I'm actually going to be using some embossing powder to make it shiny like a piece of rock candy would be, right? That's in theory. We'll see what happens. I love the sentiments on here. You have such a variety that you could use. You're so sweet. You rocked it. You're my rock. You rock my world. You totally rock. Have a sweet day. It's just so much you could do with this. So we're going to be playing with that today. I will also be using one or both of these die sets from Kat Scrappiness. This one is the Distressed Edges, which is one of my favorite dies from Kat Scrappiness. I love this set of dies. I'm going to use it as a little play on children, torn paper, that kind of thing. I thought it would make a cute little backdrop to this rock candy. But I also may use the wonky wavy stitched rectangles, which I also really love. So I'm not sure which one we're actually going to use, maybe both of them, but we're going to find out. So those are the dies we're going to use. And then I wanted to give you a close-up look at this rock candy. I did find some. I wanted to be able to show you what it actually looks like. So cute, right? So you've got the little wooden sticks, you've got your little glass looking shiny bits of sugar that are in these gem-like formations, these rock formations. So iconic of childhood. So I'm super happy to get started. Let's get inky and see what we can come up with. Okay, so I'm only going to be stamping out the first selection of stamps for our rock candy. That's the first 4 on the top. That's our first layering set. I'm going to be doing all 3 of them, but only showing you one on camera. So I'm stamping them out all in Lawn Fawn inks. I'm using my lightest color first, which is Ballet Slippers. My second color is Bubble Gum. And then my third color is going to be Pink Flamingo. Now I'm going to pause here for a second and tell you that I found these to be super easy to line up, and this is the first time that I used them, is what you're seeing here on camera. So I had no problems with lining these stamps up and having them look fantastic when I was done. Now my top layer is going to be Versamark, which is a sticky clear ink that you can put embossing powder over. So I'm using my Versamark on that, and then I'm going to be using Ranger holographic embossing powder. You could use any glitter embossing powder, that just happens to be what I had, and it made it super shiny and gave it a little texture that actually looks like rock candy. So I think these turned out fabulous. I've also put together a panel using the Everyday Brush Stroke set, where I used the splatters, the large and the small splatters in that set, and inks that match. And I used the sentiment, You Totally Rock. I did that in teal with the Lawn Fawn ink, and then I went over it with Versamark. And then, of course, the embossing powder just to make it shiny. I've also cut out a panel from the Distressed Edges, which is going to be our bottom panel, and I put on both of those panels, I've already put Fun Foam, so that's ready to go. And I've already cut our card, which is an A2 size card, 4.5 by 5.25 top folding. So that's what we're going to be using there. And on these little candy sticks, I've already added some foam to the back of those, and I did some clear embossing on the sticks as well to make them shiny. And these turned out so cute, so adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some
glue, and we're going to get this glued down. You can use any kind of glue or any type of tape. I've pre-glued the fun foam to the back of the panels already just to kind of speed this up a little bit. But I'm going to be using a liquid glue on the back of the teal panel and then gluing that down to my card base and just holding it for a second, because with the fun foam you want to hold it for just a couple of seconds to make sure that it sticks. I found that with almost any clear glue that method works just fine, and it'll hold for a very, very long time. So we're just going to get that glued down. And don't you just love this die? I absolutely love the Distress Edge dies. I think they're so much fun. I use them for mixed media projects as well as cards. I just think that they are so much fun. Now I'm using this as a kind of a backdrop to the whole rock candy kind of distressed card kid-like theme. I thought it would just work great together. And then I use the wonky wavy stitched dies for this panel, and did all of these colors, like I said, in just very light pastels. I wanted them to be the lightest color in each one of the rock candies so that it would match. So I used the bubblegum, the minty fresh, and the celery stick. And like I said, I used the largest splatter in that set and the smallest splatter in that set, and I think it turned out fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to this panel as well, and then we'll get that attached down to the card. And then I think the two of those together, those two panels, just make a beautiful backdrop for these little rock candies. So let me go ahead and get the glue on here, and we will hold that down as well just for a few seconds. It really doesn't take long when you're using a liquid glue. What I like about using a liquid glue is it just gives me an extra second or two to get it lined up. You know, it may or may not ever be perfect, but at least, it kind of lines up. So I'm just going to hold that on for a second. And then we will start attaching our little rock candies. Isn't that cute, guys? Love this combination. Absolutely love it. And see what I mean? I'm able to just move it just a little bit to get it to look perfect to me, right? All right, so on the little pieces of rock candy, I have cut them out with my brother's Scan and Cut. You could fussy cut around them very, very easily, but I just went ahead and used my brother's Scan and Cut to cut them out. And I've attached a tiny little piece of fun foam to the back of the candies so that we'll have a little bit of dimension. And we've also got the dimension from the embossing powder, which makes it super shiny. And then on the sticks, I also used the Versamark and a clear embossing powder to give the sticks a little bit of a shine too. Do you see that? Super, super pretty. This is such a cute stamp set, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to peel off our little tape here and get them laid down. And I'm going to be putting them in a bouquet, kind of, sprouting out from that "You Totally Rock" sentiment there. And we're going to place them down with just the little fun foam for now, and then we'll put a little glue dot on the sticks, on the back of the sticks, once we get it put where we want it. So I'm doing the green, the pink, and then I'll put my blue in the center to kind of go with our little sentiment there. And then I'm going to get a little glue dot and put the bow down on the center to make this look like a little candy rock bouquet. So I think that this card completely turned out so cute. I found that these stamps, both sets, the rock candy and the everyday brush strokes, complement each other greatly. I mean, I think that they flow together. They really do. And I thought this was such a great release on these two stamps. So I had so much fun playing with them. This card turned out super, super cute. So we're going to get the bow put down on there, and then I will go ahead and go over the products that I used in this video and show you a close-up as well. I just wanted to let you guys know that I had so much fun being a guest designer this month. I thank you guys for letting me come and play with you guys. This has been such a treat. And I also just wanted to let you know that All of these products have been used by a host of designers over at Kat Scrappiness. So make sure that you go and look up the other designers and see what they made this month, because I've seen some awesome stuff. Some awesome stuff. So just wanted to share that with you guys as well. So isn't this cute, guys? Super stinking adorable. All right, let's do a close-up. Okay, guys, so what we used for today's project was the everyday brush strokes for the panel that you're seeing right behind. And I used the large and the small. I used the wavy wonky wavy strips for that same panel. And I used the second one in from the middle. I used the distressed edges, and I used the I think I used the largest one. Yeah, I think I used the largest one for that one. And I thought that those two dies complemented each other as well. I think they look wonderful together. And then, of course, I used the star of the show, which is the rock candy set. I did use all three of those, so each one of those rock candies represents one of the stamps that you're seeing there. And here's the actual rock candy. Doesn't this look awesome, guys? This was such a fun project. All right, guys, go on over to Kat Scrappiness and grab your set so you can play also. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to put a close-up of this card at the end, so stay tuned for that. And there will also be a blog post over at Kat Scrappiness with all of these items listed. I'll see you guys in the next video.